a travel content creator who gives a lot of packing tips, it has come to my attention that one of the most controversial aspects of packing is the packing cube. Should you use regular cubes? Should you use compression cubes? Or should you use packing cubes at all? Well, today I'm going to give you my hot take on packing cubes and what I think is the best way to use them. Let's go. Hey y'all, and welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Christy, the Genx Gypsy, and boy, am I ever so happy to be making this video for you today. Let's start off with what a packing cube is and the differences between various types of packing cubes. My personal definition of a packing cube is any flexible container that can close up either with a zipper, Ziploc, or even Velcro that will basically contain whatever you put in it. These can be the plastic vacuum bags, 2 or 3 gallon Ziploc bags, the nylon bags that are sold specifically as packing cubes, or my favorite, and I think the best overall for travel, are the compression packing cubes. What differentiates the compression packing cubes from all of the rest is the use of 2 zippers. One zipper is used to actually close the packing cube. Then the second zipper is used to literally compress as much air out of the packing cube and the items within the cube as possible, so you can make that package smaller so it takes up less space in your luggage. Now, the plastic vacuum bags work in a similar way, only you are usually rolling the air out of the bag, or sometimes you are actually using a pump vacuum to remove the air. I have 3 reasons why I don't particularly like the vacuum compression bags. Number 1 is that you have to carry the vacuum pump with you when you travel so that you can compress everything again when you are ready to pack to come home. The second reason is that I find that the plastic material breaks down after not that many uses, and then it's no longer going to keep the extra air out of the bag. And finally, I find that clothing gets so much more wrinkled in those plastic bags. Today we're going to be working with my favorite compression packing cubes from 2 different brands, and just to be clear, this video is not sponsored by either brand, but I do love them both. The first is Epica's Trip Cozy compression cubes. They come in sets of 4 and 6 with a variety of different sizes that work well with a carry-on and check size suitcase, but really well with a carry-on. The second brand is Tripped Travel's compression packing cubes that come in a set of 6 with 4 compression cubes, a laundry bag, and a shoe bag. Oh, and you are going to want to stay until the end of this video to find out how you might be able to score a 6-piece set of Epica Trip Cozy compression cubes for yourself. Hey, Editing Christy here. I just want to point out that I am aware that I have lipstick on my teeth, and there is going to be lipstick on my teeth throughout the rest of this video because did not realize it was there when I started editing this video hours and hours and hours ago, or when I was filming. I will try to do much better in the future and make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. So anyway, my apologies. Back to the video. For years, I was told that rolling your clothes was the best way to pack efficiently. And as I started to use compression cubes, I thought rolling was still the best way to pack those. But it ends up I was wrong. After lots of trips and trial and error of different packing methods from the army fold, the KonMari method, the random fold and rolls, I finally found a way that works the best with the compression cubes. I'm calling it the fold to fit method. It's super simple, and I can't believe it took me this long to figure it out. I'm going to show you how it works with both styles of compression cubes. We're going to use some bigger clothing in the Epica compression cubes and smaller, lighter items for the Tripped Travel cubes. We are going to start packing the thicker clothes into the Epica compression packing cube first. And one of the reasons that I picked the Epica compression packing cube for bulkier items and thicker items is because the bags themselves are thicker. They have a deeper inset than the Tripped Travel cubes do. The Tripped Travel cube is just a little bit more narrow, and they're a little bit of a thinner material. The Epica is a pretty sturdy, heavier material. If weight is a concern to you, two things. You do need to be really careful about overpacking your compression packing cubes because that can add a lot of weight to your luggage. So you don't want to cram everything that can fit into your compression packing cubes because the more you add, the more weight that you are adding to your luggage. And then the second item is when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of weight, the Epica compression packing cubes are heavier than the Trip Travel. So the Trip Travel cubes are, if you have a huge concern on weight and you need to pack much lighter, I would choose the Trip Travel cubes over the Epica cubes purely for weight reasons. Otherwise, they're extremely similar. Okay, I'm gonna readjust how I'm sitting here. Okay, so we are going to, I have two sets of clothes here that I picked out, very simple. Each one has a pair of pants, a top, and a pair of pajamas, just to make it very simple. So I'm going to do the heavy set first. And I have a pair of jeans. So we are going to, let's make sure that you can see what I am doing here. So we're going to open up the cube and I can't quite get how I need to sit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the jeans and we are going to fold them to the size of the cube. So I just did like a three-fold. We're all learning together here, folks. So I'm going to fold it like that and then like that. And that pretty much makes those jeans fit perfectly inside the cube. See? No extra space around the pants at all. They fit exactly right. So now we're going to do the same thing with the sweater. And sometimes you're going to have pieces of clothing that you might have to play around with how you are going to get them to fold so that they fit exactly the size of the compression packing cube, because it's not going to be like a normal fold, but it will save you in the long run. So we are just going to fold it like that. And there you go. It fits right perfectly in there. And now we're going to do the same thing with the pajamas. Oh, okay, I cannot sit like that. Ugh. Whew. I did yoga yesterday and boy, my legs are killing me. So sitting on the floor like that is not very comfortable. I kind of gonna lay these in the cube and then just kind of drape them until they fit. So pajamas are in like that. And lastly, we have the pajamas shirt, which again, I'm gonna fold over on the sides and bring that up into here. Oops. Not as worried about the pajamas getting wrinkled, right? So there you have it. So everything is in there. And now we are gonna zip up the cube. You could probably add another shirt, maybe even a couple of two thin t-shirts in there if you wanted to. But you, like I said before, you want to be a little cautious about making your packing cubes too heavy with too many clothing items in there, because then your luggage starts to get really heavy really quickly. And then we're going to zip up the compression zipper part of the compression cubes. And you do have to kind of squeeze it tight because you are trying to get all the air out of it to get it to close. And there you go. All done. And look how thin that is now. And I love that both sets that I'm showing you today have the mesh so that you can see what is actually inside the cube when you are looking through stuff in your suitcase. So there are the heavy items in there. So it's really a simple, I mean, I cannot believe it took me so long to learn this way of folding things into the compression packing cubes, because it is so simple. Now, this was more of a square size. The Trip Travel, oops, let's pull this back here. The Trip Travel cube is more of a rectangle. So you're gonna have to use slightly different folding methods. And the other, I don't really want to call it an issue, but it makes it a little more challenging to pack in the Trip Travel packing cubes, is that the top does not unzip all the way. It's kind of like a 3/4, maybe only really a half zip. That's like a half corner zip. So it's a little harder to do the folding inside the actual compression packing cube like I did with the Epico one. So we are gonna start with the pants. I just have my pair of super lightweight Athleta travel pants here, and I'm gonna estimate how I need to fold them to slide them into the packing cube. So I think that, and then lay that in there, that looks about right. So we're gonna slide those in. There we go. I don't know if you can see. So they fit nicely. There's no extra room around the edges there. And then I have just another nice lightweight t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt. And we are going to look and see how best this is gonna. So I think we're gonna do this. We'll fold the arms in and then fold it about, we'll fold the bottom up about the depth of the packing cube. So we'll do this, and that fits in there very nicely. I'll show you that so it doesn't fall out. And lastly, I have a pair of bamboo pajamas from Quince, one of my favorites. I think they were out of stock because these are the shorty bamboo pajamas. Oh, so comfortable. When they come back in for summer, I am definitely getting myself another pair of these. So because these are about the size of the packing cube, we're just gonna put them in like that. And lastly, the top to the pajamas, again, it is, when you lay it this way, it's about the right size. So we're gonna fold it over. Nope, that's not gonna work. So what we're gonna do is when it's folded in half, it's about the same width of the packing cube. So we'll just fold the arms in and we will fold the top down until it hits where it is the same size as the packing cube. And then put that in like that. You do have to adjust it to the size of the packing cube. You can't just take your folded clothes and put your folded clothes into the packing cube, because you want to make sure that you're using all the little bits of space in your compression packing cube in order to get the most efficiency out of your packing cubes. If you leave all this space in there, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because then you could have like packed another shirt or maybe another, pair of pants, some socks, another scarf, lots of things. You want to be really efficient with the use of your space. So we have everything packed in there, and now I'm going to zip this one up too. And again, I probably could have put in another couple of items. In fact, it is pretty loose. I definitely could have added another shirt or two in here, maybe a jacket, maybe a merino wool jacket, but especially when you pack like this, where you are folding the clothes so they fit the exact parameters of the cube, you can get more stuff in the packing cubes. If I were packing for a trip, I would absolutely add at least one more shirt or another pair of pants in here, if not two shirts in here. And there you go. That is what I have found to be the best way to pack your compression packing cubes to get the most use out of them when you are traveling. I also find when I pack this way that my clothes don't get as wrinkled and like scrunched up as they do if I'm, even rolling clothes, I find, because you roll them and then they get mushed down into the compression packing cube. And I have found that the rolling of the clothes, I think, especially some polyester fibers and stuff like that, get more wrinkled. So if you're traveling, especially this summer, if you're traveling to Europe and you're going to be taking a lot of cotton, linen items, I would try this method of packing your compression packing cubes rather than rolling. The KonMari works okay, but again, if you're not using all of the space in the compression packing cube, you're leaving extra space where you could have put something else. Like I said, I've been using this method for about a year now, and I find that my clothes are a lot less wrinkled and store way better during travel. But I am curious if you have any more suggestions on how to pack the compression cubes more efficiently. Let us know in the comments below. We are always learning from each other. Now, if you are interested in getting a 6-piece set of Trip Cozy compression cubes for yourself, I am going to be sending a set to one lucky person, and all you have to do is sign up for my Patreon membership. Anyone who has already signed up or signs up by January 27th of 2026 will be put in a drawing to win a compression cube set. And this includes the free version of the Patreon membership. I'm sharing a bunch of fun stuff over on Patreon that doesn't quite align with YouTube's idea of a travel YouTube channel, but it is stuff that many of you have expressed interest in. I've got some videos that are only available there, and I'm going to start posting the travel vlogs on Patreon early before posting them on YouTube, so you'll be able to get the first look. I'm going to have the link below and in the first pinned comment, and I'm looking forward to really building a fun community over there. And if you are interested in more packing hacks that you are going to want to use in 2026, check out this video over here. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video today. I hope that you have safe and wonderful travels.